Have you ever noticed that when someone hurts you, they expect a reaction? They are waiting for the explosion, the frantic texts, the tearful phone calls, and the desperate need for closure. They have prepared a script for your pain, and they expect you to play your part. But what happens when you don't? What happens when the storm they expected is met with a terrifying, unshakable calm? There is a psychological phenomenon known as the void of uncertainty. When you respond to betrayal with silence, you create a mirror. Without your reaction to distract them, they are forced to look at their own reflection. They begin to see the ugliness of their actions, the weight of what they destroyed, and the value of the person they just lost. Today, we are shifting the paradigm. We aren't talking about getting even. We are talking about reclaiming your dignity. Today, we explore the 8 silent behaviors that don't just protect your peace, they make them regret ever thinking they could break you. Welcome to the calm weapon. The first behavior is the hardest to master. You observe everything, but you react to nothing. Nothing scares a person who has done you wrong more than your calm silence. In psychology, this is the ultimate pattern interruption. They expect your anger because anger is a form of engagement. It is a sign that they still have power over your emotions. When you withhold that reaction, you are essentially telling them, your actions are no longer significant enough to move my soul. This utilizes the concept of ego defense. When someone hurts you, they often do it to feel a sense of superiority. By not reacting, you refuse to validate their ego. You punish them by not giving them the show they wanted. As the Stoic Epictetus once said, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. By observing from a distance, you remain the master of your own house. The second behavior is to detach without explanation. You don't argue. You don't write long paragraphs explaining your hurt. You simply detach. Detachment is a language that toxic people cannot understand. They are used to the cycle of conflict where words are traded like blows. When you stop explaining, you send a clear message. The time for understanding has passed. This is a powerful move against gaslighting. When someone tries to twist the truth, your silence tells them you are done explaining what they already know. When you detach, they finally begin to feel the cold, empty space where your warmth used to be. Third, you must choose distance over drama. Distance reveals more truth than confrontation ever will. You confuse them the moment you stop giving them access. In the modern world, access is the ultimate currency. Your time, your energy, and your presence are valuable assets. When someone hurts you, they have forfeited their right to those assets. Silence plus distance equals power. By creating a physical and digital void, you become the untouchable. Seneca taught us that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. By choosing distance, you aren't running away. You are creating the space necessary for your own healing. Fourth, you respond with graceful kindness. This is perhaps the most vibrant form of power. When they expect an explosion, you stay kind. But make no mistake, this is not the kindness of a doormat. It is the kindness of a leader who is far above the fray. Your calmness exposes their instability. When you respond with a polite, "I wish you the best," and then walk away forever, their guilt speaks louder than your words ever could. This creates cognitive dissonance. They want to believe you are the problem. When you remain graceful, they can no longer justify their bad behavior to themselves. Your kindness becomes the very lesson they weren't ready for. Fifth, you let karma handle the justice. You don't chase revenge. You don't plot. You trust timing. There is a profound peace in knowing that people eventually drown in the manipulation they create. When you seek revenge, you stay tethered to the person who hurt you. You stay in the mud with them, but when you remain silent and move forward, you let the natural laws of cause and effect take over. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Sixth, you value peace over people-pleasing. Control only works when you crave their approval. The moment you choose peace over being liked, they lose all access to your energy. Many of us are hurt because we want to fix things. We want to be understood. But when you stop pleasing them, they panic. They realize they can no longer manipulate your emotions through guilt or validation. Peace is the boundary that exposes everyone's true intentions. Seventh, you let them wonder what changed. Mystery is more powerful than confrontation. When you stop explaining your why, they start imagining every possibility. Your silence becomes the closure they never wanted. In their mind, they are playing back every conversation, looking for the moment they lost you. You become unreadable. To a person who seeks to control you, being unreadable is a fate worse than death. Ignorance hurts, but silence punishes. The eighth and final behavior is the total withdrawal. Become unreachable. This isn't a game. It's a permanent relocation of your soul. You are no longer in the place where they left you. While they are waiting for you to come back, you are already building a new world where they don't exist. Regret walks toward them loudly the moment they realize you aren't coming back. To help you implement this, I want to give you a practical mental exercise called the 48-hour vortex. When someone hurts you or attempts to provoke you, your nervous system enters fight or flight. In this moment, you are at your most vulnerable. First, commit to 48 hours of absolute zero contact and zero reaction. No texts, no social media views, no talking about them to friends. Second, during these 48 hours, write down exactly what they expected you to do. Did they expect you to cry, to beg, to argue? Third, once you identify their expected script, consciously choose the opposite. If they expected noise, give them a vacuum. By the time the 48 hours are up, the chemical surge of anger will have faded. You will find yourself in a position of unshakable dignity. You aren't just being silent. You are training your brain to value your own energy more than their chaos. Silence is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate display of self-governance. It is the moment you finally allow them to meet the consequences of their own actions without you there to cushion the blow. Stay calm, stay private, and above all, stay unreachable to those who took your light for granted. I want to ask you a question today. Have you ever felt that your silence was louder than any words you've ever spoken? Share your story in the comments below. Let's build a community of unshakable peace. If this resonated with you, subscribe to The Calm Weapon. Here, your healing becomes your power. Stay stoic.